Welcome to Sew and Tell, where sewists from fashion theater and indie sewing bring their different perspectives on the hottest topics in the sewing community. I'm Meg Healy.
I'm Amanda Carestio.
And I'm Kate Zynard. Today on the podcast, we're doing our traditional fall fashions trend episode. I'm so excited.
Woo!
We'll look at some of the hottest trends for fall 2020, share how we feel about them, and discuss how likely we are to incorporate them into our own sewing. Then we'll go through our sewing plans for this fall. We'll each share a little something in our SewJo segment, then we'll ask you to share something too. But before we get started, how's everybody doing? Meg, I know you had a weekend.
Yeah, I'm another year older. It was my birthday weekend.
Happy
It was really
birthday.
nice. Yeah, especially since last year, my birthday, we were on our honeymoon. So it was just Julian and I. So we had the friends over that are in our bubble. And they sang happy birthday to me with the cake. And that was really, really sweet. And we just blasted music and danced all over our loft. And it was so much fun. Yeah. And then we went out to a nice dinner. And it was really, really nice. Yeah.
Good. How
Sounds
about you,
lovely.
Amanda? How was your weekend?
I didn't even know what we did, but we were very busy, and I did paint my bedroom, which was very exciting.
I saw that.
Yeah, we had this like dark navy paint on all four walls, and I have loved it, but I feel like I'm really feeling nervous about winter coming on this year, just the darkness, and I feel like our dark room doesn't help. So true to form, I painted it a nice neutral shade. Very, very neutral. And
like it.
Yeah, we did a lot of house projects. The only sewing related awesomeness I had was that I finally used my my button foot on my machine. I love sewing with buttons, and I don't even mind hand sewing buttons on. Like I think it's kind of, I don't know, cathartic. But now I popped a button off one of my skirts this weekend, and I was like, but I also want to like have this mending project done very quickly. So I popped that on, and oh my gosh, I'm a believer now. Love the button foot.
Intriguing.
It's
I don't
definitely
game changer,
one of my favorite
life-changing.
speed. Yeah. You don't have one, Kate?
I don't know. I probably do on my baby lock, because that's a fairly new machine. You know, my kind of go-to machine is about as old as I am. So
it must have one. Yeah. So Kate, how was your weekend?
Oh, it was good. I did no sewing. I did a little bit of cleaning. My bedside table had gotten a bit out of control, so I kind of got everything.
Yes.
I mean, like to the point where I take off my wedding rings when I sleep, because I get rashes under them if I don't. And my cat knocked over the little thing that I keep them on, and I could find my wedding ring, but I couldn't find my engagement ring. So I had to do a little bit of cleaning in order to find my engagement ring, which I did. I'm wearing it right now.
I was going to say, what if your cat was wearing it?
I don't know that she has anything that my wedding ring would fit on, but that would be pretty funny.
Bracelet or something. Yeah.
No, I have small fingers. I don't think it even fit around her tail. But
oh wow!
But yeah, she's a corker, that one. So so yeah, I did a little bit of cleaning and a little bit of napping, and we hung outside with the cat since the weather has cleared up a little bit since last week when it snowed in Colorado.
Yep.
And so yeah, we just had a kind of a nice mellow time where I kind of thought about maybe cutting a project and then didn't. So what can I say? All right. Well, how about we jump in?
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. So a new season brings new trends, and who knows when we will be getting another full-blown fashion week complete with runway shows again. But that really can't stop us from indulging in all the fashion and trends that came out in early 2020 to get us more excited about planning and sewing for this fall. So I found a trend report, and you've all taken a look-see?
Oh, yeah.
Indeed.
I'm excited about this one. There's actually more stuff here that I like than normal.
Yeah, no, there's some really great trends this year. And I even like was pulling I had side by side last year's trends, and I was just, fashion is always kind of going in a circle. It's like when hemlines, come in, like they gradually come in and then they just swing right back out to the start. So I was doing some comparisons of last year's trends and just kind of seeing how they've changed even in 1 year. I feel like the fashion circle just keeps going faster and like it's just trends just keep coming and going and coming and going again. But maybe we will see that change kind of coming in the future of this. I know there was some virtual fashion shows at the kind of the tail end of the season because it was in February, but who knows, kind of even in the shows going on right now, they're doing virtual fashion shows because it's coming up Fashion Week. I think it is some of the city's fashion weeks in September for the spring. So they're doing lots of virtual shows, but we'll get to that episode.
Yeah, exactly.
Those trends.
We're not quite there yet.
I know, because I'll do anything to get me excited about fall sewing. Because I'm just really kind of holding on to the warm weather. And I haven't even worn all my summer things yet, but I think we have little bit more time here, but always nice to talk about the fall. So I'll just kind of do a brief recap and then we can kind of talk about them. So kind of the first one is kind of skirt suits. And so that's a suit obviously with skirts. I don't know where I was going with that. Yeah, so there has been lots of trends where it's like, the feminine like pantsuit, and then we got into like masculine pantsuits with kind of broader shoulders. But now it's kind of getting a little bit more ladylike and suits with skirts, like lots of flowing silhouettes and stuff. So that's just been kind of nice. I love like a skirt suit. I think they're super cute and comfy. The next one is in the bubble. And so this is kind of that cocoon and bubble shape. And I didn't know how I felt about a bubble hem coming back, but that it's there. It's definitely there. Lots of bubble hems and things like that. So now we have clashing separates. And so this is kind of that, mismatch, anything goes. You can just like literally close your eyes, take a pair of pants, a skirt, like they can be all different colors and prints and they'll just kind of come together. And I was looking at the trend last year and it was called So Bougie, where it was all like really put together, like curated out, and everything was kind of like matchy and elevated and stuff. But I feel like this year it's just like, you know what, just anything goes. And I just love to see that. It's still separates, but now you can just like shuffle all those around that you got last year or made last year to be like a sleek monochrome look to whatever you want. So I love that. There's just
that's
really
so
no
weird
rule of
too.
Yeah,
because all of this was planned before the pandemic. But is there a more pandemic trend than just grab what's in your closet and throw it on?
I know, and I know there's even, it's almost like eerie, some of the trends, because that these trends were forecasted and planned for actually like more than a year ago. How I know we'll get to that one, but it was like bring the home on the go, and it was like all home like textures and it's just kind of eerie in that way that this was all determined before we even knew. Yeah. And then the next one is kind of slinky overtakes sexy. So it's just like a lot of little lacy things and just, there's always kind of that slinky one that comes on, just really like head to toe sequins, just not really simple silhouettes, but in, fun fabrics. So
it's kind of like, up. Yeah, full coverage.
Yeah, full coverage.
But sleeves, high necks.
Yeah, which, I mean, that's so cute. And then the next one is called Coats to Shaggin'. So lots of shaggy coats. And I thought this one was so interesting because last year, the one of the trends was called the anti-statement coat. And it was all sleek, smart coats. And it was all like really business coats. And then now it's just like these crazy shaggy coats are in now. It's just so interesting to see kind of that.
It's like the exact
pendulum.
Opposite.
Exactly. But they do look super cute and cozy. And then next we have, take your home to go. So this is like tapestries and quilts and upholstery fabrics in fashion, which is so interesting to see. You just kind of, it's, wearing things that like a blanket just around you. And like, that's now fashion outside. It's just so interesting. And but I mean, it is sort of, I sometimes always would, even before all this, like linger over to the home decor section of the fabric store. And it would be totally like couch upholstery fabric. And I would just love it. I was like, can't I make like something in this to wear?
This one actually, I'm sorry, I know we're going to go over our favorites later, but this one really appeals to me in an interesting way because a lot of the silhouettes were kind of like fitted coats and jackets.
Yes,
and when mixed in with a like kind of jacquard and brocade home deck fabric, it had sort of it didn't actually look like Renaissance Festival anything, but it kind of had just a touch of it, just a little bit of that historical. That's the kind of thing that your coat could have been made out of in, the 1700s or something. And that kind of appealed to me. I liked it.
Yeah, the next we have, they call it #blessed. And this really reminded me of that 2018 Met Gala, which the theme was that heavenly bodies, fashion, and the Catholic imagination. And this kind of shows you kind of, that's like one of the fashion really events. And so now we see it now trickling down into the runway. So you first see some like these couture, like, what's the inspiration behind the fashion trend. And sometimes designers draw inspiration from, art and museums. And so now it's into the ready to wear. And so we can see that cycle now come to a consumer end. So I thought that was really interesting with all like kind of the Catholic imagery and all that sort of stuff, but in fashion. So I thought that was really interesting how we're kind of seeing it on the runway. Next we have built-in baubles. And this is really fun because it's kind of like interweaving jewelry into the actual fashion, which is super cool, like using hardware and, a neckline maybe has an integrated necklace and just like lots of stuff like that. So super, super cool. Lots of chains and everything like that. Then I was actually surprised to see the next one called String Theories, which is lots of fringe. And I felt like fringe has been like kind of repeated a lot. I feel like we always talk about fringe. And so I was kind of surprised to see it again and again. And you can kind of even seeing it's the unstoppable return of the fringe. It's just people just can't get enough. I mean, I like it. I was just surprised to see it. And I have a fringe cardigan. I guess I can get another season out of.
Nice.
And then last but not least is one that I really, really love. It's Animal Instincts, but it's not so much like an animal print. It's like we're seeing the whole face of the tiger. We're seeing a little cat pin and like more the animals represented in like appliques and like entire figure, not just the print and something else. So it's really like highlighting the animal.
So it's not like the skin of the animal, the print of the animal. It is the print of the actual animal.
Yes,
right.
Exactly. I know it's
hard. It's hard to because animal print means such a specific thing, but it is also an accurate way to describe this, and so it requires like all this extra to make sure it's clear what we're talking about.
Yeah. Like there's one, like dress that's just like a picture of like a poodle dog, and it's just like a poodle dog digitally printed on a dress, like that kind of thing. We're just or like one, with like kind of a horse like brooch type of thing, like integrated on the dress. So just incorporating animals, but not just as like the fabric, but kind of a key element of the look. So
and they're not very abstract either.
Yes,
it's like
it's
a very realistic representation, which I thought was interesting too.
Yeah, and I was I think in an upcoming issue of CME, I put in the must-haves. There was a Animal Kingdom print of Art Gallery Fabrics. They just came out with a line of really nice digital prints of it. Incorporated animal skins too, but they had like really digital prints of tigers and I thought that was so cool. I really like that. Just a huge maxi dress, but it's just like kind of one sheet of fat. It's just a big animal, and I think that's really cool. So Yeah. So there they all are. What are our favorite trends? Like, what are ones that just kind of stuck out? Be like, ooh, I like that.
Well, I have to say, gonna be a party pooper. But I was really interested to hear, Kate, that you liked a lot of these trends because I didn't. I usually find a little bit more that I can connect with. But, it's kind of hard to know if that's more of a result of where I'm at right now with my clothing selection, which is like I was practical before and now I'm like on a different plane of practical. So I feel like that's definitely part of it. But usually there's like a tidbit or two that I can take home. But I didn't find that with this collection, and for whatever reason. But I really did like the home to go trend, because I think that that's something I already do. Like you were saying, Meg, like looking in other parts of the fabric store for potential garment fabric is definitely something I do. And I love making bags with tapestry type fabrics, things that are kind of more dimensional, a bit more textured. As you were mentioning, Kate, something that has like a little bit more of a story kind of built into the fabric itself. So I really did. That was my favorite, and I can definitely see myself incorporating that in this fall. But that was kind of it for me. Party pooper.
Interesting. Okay. Well, we do have very different tastes, is what it comes down to, and that's totally cool. So to pick out kind of, I felt pretty good about most of these. I felt kind of meh about a couple of them, but I'm not sure there are any that I was just really like, oh, I absolutely hate this. But my favorites, I'm going to go for 3 favorites, actually. And so the shaggy coats, I don't know where it's coming from, but when I was in Austria last year, we were hanging out with a cousin of my husband's. Yeah, because he's got a bunch of family out there. And she had this fantastic orange faux fur coat. And I loved it so much. And I don't know. It's just like that, I guess, set something off in my head. So when I saw these guys, I don't really like the like super shaggy, like llama fur kind of, but I'm definitely big on I'm definitely feeling faux fur, and especially brightly colored faux fur right now, for whatever reason. So I don't know. We'll see if I do anything with that. And then I was just going to say, we have a couple. I can see like this more subtle take on that being with like a Sherpa type of project. Something that's a little bit fuzzy. And we do have a couple of those coming up in Sew News, and I really like those. So I guess I kind of like this one. Yes, those are
I could definitely see
cute.
Amanda and some of it's like the camel color, just like little shag ones. I can definitely see you. Yeah.
The subtle side of
the
subtle side of the shaggy coats. And then I actually found the built-in jewelry to be really interesting because this okay, so back when I had just graduated college and I was trying to kind of keep up my abilities while I was basically on vacation after graduation, I remember doing a bunch of fashion sketching just for the heck of it, and I did a bunch of stuff with built-in jewelry like that. It's somewhere. I wonder if I can actually find the sketchbook and post them, but it kind of made me laugh because I'm like, hey, I was totally into this way back in 2003. I am so ahead, or maybe way behind. I'm not really sure. But so that one kind of appealed to me. And then you guys know I love fringe. I love fringe so much. And this particular iteration of fringe is so long and drapey and everywhere. And it is so delightful. And I want to just cover myself in fringe. That's what I want out of life. And I probably won't, but I want to. So string.
I'm pretty sure Your cats want you to cover yourself in fringe too.
Oh, the cats would love that.
They're really pulling for that trend.
I see what you did there, because that is what they'd be doing.
Yeah. Yes, they would.
Maggie does love anything that dangles. I have to be real careful with my sweatshirt strings around her, my hood strings, because if I'm not careful, she will grab a hold of them and not let go. So how about you, Meg? What do you like best?
Well, actually, my favorite is actually, I really like the rule of separates, because it's not like, it's just so attainable for anyone to like incorporate it into. It's just like, you just look at whatever you've made so far in just like a whole new way. And that's one of my favorite things to do, is just looking at my wardrobe. And now it's like anything can go with anything. And I could wear summer tops over a turtleneck. And it's like, that would be so cool. And it's just kind of, I don't know. I'm just really excited about that one, because it's even though it's like, I don't have to sew for it. There's lots of still other things I have to sew. So it doesn't seem as intimidating and more approachable. It's like something I could do, but I just love, this is what I used to do when I was younger. Like my mom I would show up in outfits and I would try and go to school. And my mom said, "Oh, you look like a clown." Like it would just be leopard corduroy pants with like this crazy sweater and then this weird, and I just love it. Like I feel, so that's one of my favorites. But what I'm more excited to like actually sew for, and what I think is so sleek, is kind of the slinky one. Like I'm obsessed with like turtleneck. I could just see me in like a lime green sequin dress. It's like turtleneck and long sleeves. I just love that so much. I think I made a Nico last week, and it was just kind of white spandex, and it was just, I was made it to wear under all these different things, and so I just love that turtleneck sleek look. So those are my two favorites. That's something I'll probably sew for, but love the mix and match.
That one's really pretty, but I don't have the body for it personally. I think you have to have a very specific body to be able to get away with that look. It's my own opinion.
Yeah.
But it's really pretty.
No, I know. I definitely have to wear my shapewear under that one for sure.
Well, I definitely.
Well, that's not what I was saying.
Oh, I know you weren't. I was just, I know.
When I saw that trend, I definitely thought about the Nico. Like, I think that's a great pick. And also, like, something that's very wearable.
For sure.
And a good fall piece, for sure. But Meg, when you were talking about the separates, I can't not envision the blazer / jacket that you made for the Style Revive series, where it wasn't like just top and bottom. It was like
side
two
to side.
Halves of, and I feel like that has to fit into that trend somewhere.
Oh, 100%. Yeah,
I love it.
It was so funny because I was visiting my neighbor, and I gave, because in that episode of Style Revive, I slashed them in half, and then I had two other halves, and I sewed them together and gave it to her, and so we have like opposite blazers.
It's like best friends necklaces.
Yes, and so I saw it in the closet, and I was laughing, and she was like, "I actually love it so much," and it was really funny. I just remember, I saw it over the weekend. But this turned like that totally mixes into this, and I really, really want to do it with pants. You see a lot of pants, like even the front to back are different, and one leg's different than the other. Like I think that is so cool. So you can definitely sew for it, but you don't even have to.
You don't have to. I do like that. I know. I feel like of all the trends, that one is for me the one that's like, it's a sign of the times, even though it was from before things got a little crazy. That's the one that's like, anything goes.
So what's our least favorite trend? Like, let's just pick one. Like, what's the one that you're like, absolutely not?
For me, it's the bubbles. Like I can see the desire to be kind of cocooned up and cuddled, but I just don't like the look.
Yeah.
It just
I can see that one more. Like, I don't like the bubble aspect, but I like the cocoon take on it a little bit.
Right.
But I think about that more for summer. Like I feel like there's a couple of like caftans and tops and things that have that kind of more just that tighter hemline and silhouette. So I can see that more for summer. But honestly, I kind of had a lot of not favorites. So
yeah, right.
Just because, I'm just feeling like a hater today. So just gonna embrace it.
Well, what's your least favorite?
Leave it at that.
Yeah, what's like your least favorite?
You know, I didn't really get the Animal Instincts one just because I do like animal prints, like animal skin prints, I guess is what you would call it, just to be more specific. But that one just seems kind of like, I don't know, not super wearable. And I don't know, not super practical, maybe. So that one stands out for me. And I'm also not a big fringe person. It's like there's, especially as it gets colder, I don't know. I just think about like ice and snow on fringe and, you know, it just gets complicated from there. But again, very practical.
Yes. Well, and keep in mind that for me, the fringe is for, you know, going to the theater and stuff. It's not for like shoveling snow in.
Not for like everyday fringe.
Right. It's not everyday fringe. Maybe it could be everyday. Sorry. Go ahead. Meg, what's your least favorite?
Mine is definitely the same as you, Kate, the bubble. I just hate a bubble hem. I just like have this, like they were so popular when I was in high school and I even didn't like them then. Like I would think of going to like a semi-formal and I remember even when I was learning how to sew, like there was some patterns like that and I tried to make one. It was like gathering in a hemline. I was like, I don't like this. And so that's just definitely the word. It's just like a personal take. Yeah, I just don't like a bubble hem or that shape, but definitely I like the cocoon-ish kind of take on it for sure. But was kind of surprised to see the bubble hem coming back because last year we had kind of there was a trend called like pump up the volume, which was all like ruffly, and I love a ruffle. I mean, love that. So maybe I'll just stick to the ruffle zone.
It is really interesting. I feel like that hemline, I don't know what time period it is, but it does feel like it, in my mind as well, it's associated with a very specific period of time that I'm really not ready to revisit. But I don't know. It's weird.
It's the same as like the really low-rise jeans, like that kind of, which I can never do a low-rise jean ever again. Oh. So again, I think we probably already touched on this, but it's like, which one are we most likely actually going to sew and incorporate this year?
Yeah, for me, it's home to go. I feel like that one, you know, I'd have to purchase some more fabric, of course, or, you know, find some secondhand. Which I think
be a good thrifting one.
Yeah. Or, you know, like use some upcycling fabric or non-garment fabric to make garments. But I feel like that one seems the most wearable to me. Yeah. And the one that I loved the most.
And see, I agree with that. I feel like the home to go is probably my most likely option to actually sew. Because let's be honest, as much as I would love to cover myself in fringe, I'm not going to be going out to the theater anytime soon. And everyday fringe, maybe I'll try to figure out a way to incorporate it. But it just in general, I think that the home to go is the most realistic for me. I also would not put it past me if I could get my hands on appropriate fabric to make a shaggy coat. But
yes.
Oh my gosh, please do that. That would be awesome.
Even I've seen for fringe, even just sewing a simple t-shirt and just attaching fringe at like the neckline, just like as a little detail, or just like you can just do the tiniest little fringe details too.
It's true.
I was going to say like a robe or
a robe.
You know, like a house layer, house coat, I guess that's a thing this year. But I feel like that's a really wearable moment for fringe and that your cats would love.
I could see that. So the only fringe I currently own is beaded fringe, which is not part of this style particularly. The style is very much fabric fringe. So I'd have to acquire some fringe. But I might have to see if I could pull it off.
Oh, you definitely could.
What about you, Meg?
Actually, the one I'm most likely to sew for, because I've established that I can just do my separates and I don't need to sew for it. I just kind of throw things together. But I'm actually probably most likely to do the animal instincts one, because I saw there was one outfit where there was like almost looked like cat embroideries, but I'm just picturing like I just want bunny embroideries on things, and I have bunny fuzzy fabric, and so I feel like I'm thinking about like getting a huge digital print of like my bunnies on like a spoonflower and just like making like something. I don't know. I just really want a giant like bunny something. So
oh my gosh, you guys, I just remembered. Okay, I'm sorry.
No worries.
My mother-in-law the other day sent me a link to, I think it was Mood Fabric, and they had this big panel of fabric that had the Austrian crest on it, like the coat of arms for this country of Austria. And I'm like, I would totally take that and make it into a robe. And now it needs to be a robe with fringe.
Yes. I know. Panel fabrics are actually pretty cool to work with. When it's just like a defined panel. I think those are really cool.
Yeah, we didn't really talk about those when we talked about print.
Yeah. No, we didn't. I kind of, forgot about them until now.
I know. I feel like they've come back, and there's a lot of really cool panel applications. You know, I've seen some that are specifically for mask making.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
we just cut them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. We'll have a bonus episode maybe about things you can do with panel friends. Yeah. Yeah, so there you go. There's what we're all going to be maybe wearing in fall 2020. We'll see. It's just nice to kind of, think about fashion again for just a little bit and just
absolutely
kind of live in that world again. So, yeah.
I love doing this episode. It's always interesting.
Indeed.
All right, let's take a quick break and then let's talk about what we're sewing for fall. I know we've all been thinking about what we'll be sewing for the fall. It keeps coming up in our discussions and SewJos. But this episode always gives us extra inspiration, so I'm excited to see how the last segment works into this one. So we don't end up just monologuing one at a time. I'm going to break it up into kind of a few project types. But just to be clear, I'm not planning anything in that category is a perfectly fine answer. So let's start with tops. What tops are you guys thinking that you might sew for fall? Details are fine. More vague things are fine. Whatever you want to say. Amanda, start us off.
Okay, sure. I have a lot of long sleeve tops. I have a lot of kind of big sleeve tops. So I don't need a lot in this category, but I did spend the summer kind of exploring some different alternatives in terms of sourcing fabric supplies. So I at an antique store near me and also a secondhand craft store, and I have amassed an amazing collection of vintage buttons, and I would like to use them. So I have the general like button-up category on my list for tops. I haven't really necessarily honed in on what tops I'm going to make, and I'm not envisioning like all full button-ups or full collars or anything like that, but definitely an artful way to display all of my buttons.
Nice.
That's pretty much it for me. There's a few other things on there, but nothing like big and categorical, really.
All right. How about you, Meg? tops?
I need more cropped, like things with shorter hemlines because I'm just making and wearing pants that are like literally above my belly. They're so, I can't get a high enough waistline on my pants. And I try and do the tuck with some things, but like sometimes they're just so long. And I want some like even just like cropped hoodies, cropped, just tops that are a little bit cropped, but yeah. So that's what I'm looking for. Like I want to make definitely, crop hoodie. I want to make a cropped like turtleneck. I want to make even like a cropped like button up shirt. Like I just want to make, yeah. So
cropped everything.
I need to do that. I can even probably look at my wardrobe too and like pick out some things I really, really like and just kind of crop them up or something. We'll see about that.
Well, this is kind of the main focus point for me, actually, because my ongoing issue is that I tend to sew short sleeve tops or tank tops, and so I don't have a whole lot of. I mean, I'm slowly building up my collection, but I don't have a lot of tops that have like long sleeves or even 3/4 length sleeves, which is kind of my preferred length because I have long arms for my height, and so I tend to have sleeves that creep up on me. So I've got some fabric that I bought last year to make a couple gallery tunics, and so I'm planning to actually make those. We'll see if that happens. I'd also like to make another Roscoe blouse because I kind of adore those. And then I've got a few pieces of remnant fabric I picked up in Vienna that don't really seem like summer fabrics to me. There's one that's like a double-sided jersey, and I think the other one's like a kind of dense sweater knit. I can't remember, honestly. But I need to look at those and see what I could possibly make with them. So I have a whole bunch of things on my top list for sure. All right, moving on. How about bottoms? Meg, we're going to start with you this time.
I am only making things with elasticated waist this after quarantine. I was like, I need more elasticated waist things. So I'm planning, like I literally just got a fabric shipment in today. I got this really nice like lyocell twill. I got it in green and in black from Match Point Fabric. So obsessed. And I'm just going to make some Nini culottes because I love wearing culottes and boots. I think that's a really cute look. And so I have lots of boots. And so I want to make some more like wintry Ninis. And I might make in the Fremantle pants too. I have that printed out as well. So because I just have so many jeans I just have so many flies and buttons and waistbands and I need some more elastic in my life. And so I'm just focusing on that.
Meg, is the fabric you got, is it tinsel twill? So it's like more of a drapey?
Yeah, it's a drapey. It is stunning. I posted on my Instagram story and I could just like, it was just like floaty. Are you wearing some?
I'm wearing tinsel twill Nini culottes.
Oh, how are they?
They're so amazing.
Oh, I'm so excited.
I forgot about them this summer. I don't know. They were with my winter stuff. But I feel like tinsel twill is a great kind of transitional fabric because I love it. I mean, it is that nice blend of drapey, but it's a pretty solid weave. So I feel like unlike linen, if there's a little bit of a breeze, you're not freezing. I love it. Yeah. I love tinsel twill.
And I definitely want to take after you, Amanda. You've talked about this, but I totally want to try and make elastic waist corduroy pants too. I have my pink corduroy and I think I'm going to do it 100%.
I'm so happy to hear that because I'm really not sure if that experiment is going to work. Okay, I think I mentioned this. Yeah.
I'll do it first if you want.
Go for it. You'll probably get to it sooner than me. But I went all in. I think it was a couple weeks ago and I was wondering about corduroy elastic waist pants and honestly, people in my stories were really split. I think it ended up being more yays than nays, but I feel like there is the chance that it could go really wrong. Because I think it has to be the right pattern, the right, width, wale. But I'm going to give it a go. I'm feeling experimental and also feeling dedicated to having more winter weight elastic waist pants. And I have a lot on my list. I thought I had enough pants, but there's always room for more pants. The more I make, the more I'm like, they are my favorite thing to make. I love making pants. So I do have some corduroy tremblant pants on my list. Is that how you say it, Meg? This is actually from the new Capsule Studio collection that's coming out.
Yeah, you can say it like that. Tremblant. It's in Quebec. It's in Quebec, Canada. Yeah, I named it after one of my favorite ski mountains.
So that is like, it's new pattern. It is a flat front and then a elasticated back. So I'm gonna try those in corduroy.
Yeah.
Who knows?
They were designed by yours truly in front of us, Miss Amanda.
By me, yes.
I love them. Yeah, by you. I know. Can you say yours truly, but talking about someone else? I tried to, as I was saying that, I was like, is that correct?
Basically you said you did it, but that's okay. You corrected me.
We worked together. It was a collabo.
We did.
So,
anyways, they're amazing.
I'm pretty excited about them.
Those are my list too.
Yeah, I'm going to try those. I have a couple more and probably some more. I've got, I think it's a wool blend that I'm going to make some more like full length Nini culottes with. I mean, the Nini culottes on me are pretty much full length because I'm so short. But I'm going to actually, mean it this time and mean for it to happen. I'm also, I'm going to make a few more pairs of Lander pants. That's my go-to. And my ones from last year just don't fit me right anymore. Like my proportions have changed. So it's really kind of the first time that I'm in a position where I need to remake basics. So I'm excited about it, but also like, I don't know. I feel like there are other things on my list that I'd rather be getting to. But a couple pair of Landers in denim just to kind of build out my basics. Yeah. And I really do want to make a longer skirt. Like I think we talked about that when we had the skirt episode, and I realize I just don't wear skirts very much in the fall and winter. So I'm going to try to change that. I don't know what pattern or what fabric yet. But I think I have ordered a few pairs of leggings just to, get that wheel in motion, because I think that's going to be the key, is having that nice comfy underlayer in place. But I think that's it for me. So mostly it's just my ongoing elastic waist pants love fest over here.
How about you, Kate?
For me, let's see. I'm still in a weird place with pants, so I'm not going to address them right now. But again, I've got some fabric I bought last year with which I meant to make a Cosmo maxi skirt, which is my favorite skirt ever. So I'm going to actually do that, hopefully. And I was kind of eyeing a couple of places in the trend report you sent us, Meg. They had some of the models were wearing sort of, I don't know what they actually were, but they kind of looked like blanket wrap skirts. Like they had that real square shape at the edge. Yeah. And I think those are kind of cute and folly. And so I am sort of toying with the idea of maybe doing something along those lines, but I probably won't.
Are you talking about like the more kind of asymmetrical ones?
Yeah, but they're not like the ones that are handkerchief skirts where they've got the square shape in multiple places, but it's just kind of like, it almost looks like you literally took a blanket and wrapped it around your waist and made a skirt out of it.
Cool.
I love that.
I don't know. It was just something I wrote down. Who knows? All right, next category is overwear and outerwear, since we are talking about a cooler season. Let's see, whose turn is it to start? Amanda, it's your turn to start.
I think that I might still be on my low-key cardigan ban, because I just
really
have so many. Although I will say I recently made the Chris Wood Sews throw jacket, which I made it in more of a summer weight fabric, but you could totally make it in a nice fall or winter weight. And you could even add sleeves to that thing. It's kind of more like, it's almost like a poncho with pockets, and that I really do love that. But I do have a couple of jacket plans. I have some wool that I got last year at the Colorado Fabrics going out of business sale that I think is either going to be a wool Haori or another jacket. I'm still I had a pattern in mind and I even bought it, and then I realized that I don't think it's going to work great for it. It's a larger scale window pane pattern, and I think it's going to be tricky in terms of matching up, and I don't know how dedicated I am to it yet. So, but I did just buy the Ilford jacket from Friday Pattern Company, and I'm really excited about that. I think I'm going to make one kind of longer one in this denim that I got at the secondhand craft store. And then I think I'm going to make one for my husband in like a black bull denim jean jacket, because it's not quite as complicated as a jean jacket. It's more like a chore coat, but I think the pattern is designated to work for both men and women, which, I loved it because I could be like, oh, I'm buying this pattern for my husband, but kind of not really. but
I need to test it on myself first.
Exactly. But it's definitely, that's what I was thinking. Like, I might start with outerwear because those jackets will definitely be more like lighter weight transitional season type jackets. But then the wool coat, I was already thinking, like, I don't want to wait until February to make this, because I always do that. It's like the season is about to come to an end. I'm like, okay, well, I guess I should go ahead and get to that wool jacket I never made, and then you can't wear it. So I might try to front load the list with those projects. I haven't really decided yet.
Cool. How about you, Meg? Overwear and outerwear?
Well, I really want to try and make a puffy jacket.
Ooh.
Yeah. With like puffed fabric.
That was going to be my first question.
I know, because I started wearing one last year and I just love it, but it's a little basic, and I want to try and do almost a color block puffed jacket. I was just on Mood Fabrics earlier, and they have some quilted knit kind of nylon that's already quilted and stuff in different colors, and I might just order a bunch of colors and then do a color blocked puffy jacket. So I'm kind of thinking I want to do something like that. I think that would be super, super cool.
It's like a jacket version of the purse on the cover of our October-November issue.
Exactly.
I love that.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
So that's what I really want to make, something really fun like that for sure.
How long? Like cropped?
Probably, no, I definitely needs to cover my butt. I can't stand when coats don't for the Canadian winter too. It has to go just above my knees. If it gets below my knees, and it's weird walking, and I usually have tall boots anyway, so just above the knee. And I have all these cool zippers too. From leftover from, I think it was my rain jacket sew along that I filmed. It was Coat sponsored it, and they just sent me a gazillion zippers, and they're all in crazy colors and two-way and outerwear zippers. And so I think I'm going to even use a really fun zipper as well. So yeah,
that sounds awesome. I want to do that.
I'm really excited about that. And so I'm just kind of plan the one. If I just make that one, so that's kind of for my outerwear one.
If they're separating zippers and they're the same size, you can use two different colors.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
Oh my gosh, Kate, that's such a good idea. Oh, they are separating zippers. Oh, I'm going to definitely try that.
Cool. That sounds like a really amazing project.
Yeah.
Mine's probably not going to be that amazing. Apparently, I'm looking at my list here, and almost everything I have is I already have this fabric, so I'm going to make something out of it.
No,
I know. I'm actually proud of myself.
Yeah.
So I got some at the Colorado Fabrics going out of business sale. I got some. It's basically sweatshirt fleece, and I want to make a cardigan of some sort out of it to really snuggle into. Haven't really decided what I've thought a little bit about what's the Helen's Closet one that everyone loves so much?
Blackwood.
The Blackwood, right? Or possibly our hooded cardigan is another good option there.
Yeah.
I have this beautiful silk that I have had for years and keep not doing anything with. And I think I've decided I'm going to make a Salzburg jacket out of it, but I'm not absolutely positive. We'll see if I get around to it. And then, of course, I've got my ongoing Tamarack jacket project, which is about 1% done. So that's awesome. I may continue that. We'll see. I'm also, sitting here thinking maybe I just need to scrap that for now and do a shaggy coat instead. So who knows?
Oh my gosh. I really want you to make a shaggy coat.
I want you to make a shaggy coat too.
But I was also thinking,
but I do not have the fabric for that. So I need to get that.
When you were talking and you said you were 1% done, I was like, it should be like a fundraiser and we should have a chart and you should just color in the percentages as you work in it and we can cheer you on as you slowly complete it. Yes, no?
That feels like too much pressure.
I know. I feel like there are some projects where I could kind of use that.
Yeah. We'll see. I do have a lot of other things on my list and the Tamarack jacket is sort of I don't have anything else to do right now. I'm going to cut some strips for this because it is going to be highly pieced is the problem.
Yeah.
And so right now what I'm doing is cutting strips. And someday I will get to the point where I'm actually piecing the strips. I'm insane. I must be. All right. So anything else that doesn't fit into any of those categories? I don't have anything else. But I know that Amanda has one and I don't know about Meg. So Amanda.
Yeah, I just have one. I'm making two. I'm doing a pattern test right now, actually, for a new pinafore pattern because I love pinafores, especially for fall to winter. And so that's on my list. And I noticed that you didn't have any dresses on this list. And
you're right. I totally forgot. Oh, well, go under what else?
No, that suits me just fine because I'm like skirts. I just don't wear dresses very much in the winter. But yeah, I just thought that was curious. I'm totally okay with that.
No, it's just the what else category. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all for me.
I'm making two other things. I'm making a wilder gown, a fall dress, like with long sleeves and long hem.
Oh,
yeah.
Gosh, I love that pattern.
So
I need to.
What fabric are you using, Meg?
I don't know yet. I just want something to be kind of like probably like some sort of green print. It started with so Julian and I were. Yeah, I know. Shocking, eh?
Isn't that crazy?
Isn't that crazy?
She just stopped. She's like, is Kate really surprised? Oh, no, she's joking. Sorry.
I'm so gullible. No, I'm just like the most gullible person in the entire world. It all started, it was like last week. It got a bit chilly in Toronto for like a little bit. And so it was kind of like fall weather. And Julie and I were at Starbucks and this lady walks in and I just couldn't stop staring at her dress. And it looked like a wilder. It was like a full, like it had some tears, like gathered tears. And it was like a Kelly green print with like different brushstroke like colors. Like it was almost like a brushstroke polka dot. And I was obsessed. And I was like, Julian, I was like, I don't have a dress like that I can wear like in this cool weather. And so I just became obsessed with it. And then I was like, oh, the wilder gown I need that. And so I'm going to make that.
I could see that I feel like I spent a lot of time in the last episode saying that I don't like florals. If there's a floral that I like at all, it's probably like a dark floral. I feel like that would be such a good pick for the wilder.
I'm going to find like a fall color, like sort of even like green. A paisley. I'm even down for like a paisley if it's green. I make exceptions, but so I'm going to specifically go to the fabric store for that because I need to feel it can't be too heavy but not too light. So that's kind of my one thing. And then I also want to make a winter jumpsuit. I want to make sort of like a boiler suit type thing. So those are my two that I'm really want to make for the fall. So yeah, I'm not sure. I haven't settled on a pattern yet. I might try and make my own jumpsuit where I combine, the top and the bottom. So we'll see. Yeah, but I'm even thinking maybe, you know what, maybe my lime green. No, that will be too thin for those will be Nini's.
Yeah.
My
you need something structured, I think, for a
I think
boiler
so too.
suit.
Let's have to get some thicker lime green twill.
Okay.
Yay.
Am I nuts, you guys? Corduroy jumpsuit?
Ooh.
Yeah.
If
I mean, not for me.
I know. If I had more, I should have bought more. That's the thing about, I ordered it from Matchpoint. She has like curate, like once it's gone because it's all dead stock. And so I can't like order more. But if I try and find like a lime green corduroy, oh my gosh, a lime green corduroy boiler suit, that would be stunning.
Because I feel like corduroy is already kind of like a workwear type fabric.
Oh my
you
gosh.
know, it already has that vibe. I think that'd be awesome with a boiler suit.
Or
it's
like
kind of got that structure.
I'm really into like a baby blue too. That kind of
like vintage
or something.
That
like a bit like a really vintagey blue, like in the 60s, like that really powdery blue. That might be too summery though. So, or even like an evergreen corduroy.
Ooh. I was gonna ask you if you did dark green.
I'll go into the dark side a little bit.
A nice dark lime.
A dark lime. No, I'll do an emerald. I do like an emerald.
Yeah.
For some things for sure. I mean, I'd rather go darker green than no green for sure.
Yeah.
Anyways, so there we go.
If you have an emerald or a forest green boiler suit, then all you need is like a red scarf and you're dressed for Christmas.
True.
Oh, how lovely.
I could mix like Kate.
Oh my gosh, I could like hang ornament pins. Like I could safety pin like ornaments to me.
Yes. You'd be like a hipster Christmas tree. I love it.
It would be so good.
Oh, I know. That would be like a perfect thing to wear to like an ugly sweater party that isn't ugly. Like, you are like a Christmas tree. I know. Who knows the future of ugly sweater parties? But I bet you could do a virtual one for sure this year.
Yeah. All right. On that note, On that note, let's draw close. Let's draw close to our fall sewing discussion and move on.
All right, now we are to my favorite part of this show when we talk about our SewJo, and that is our sewing mojo. What is giving us inspiration this week? And Kate, you are up first.
All right. Well, I don't know. After this discussion, it might just be a fuzzy coat. I don't know.
Yes.
Yes. But so I'm still kind of stuck, you guys. I'm just like trying to do other things and trying to worry about other things. But I do need to, we have a pattern review coming up. We're actually prepping for the February-March episode. Episode is not the right word. Issue is the right word of Sew News. And we're doing a wrap dress pattern review. And I need to actually make my wrap dress for the pattern review. I think Amanda and Meg have both already done theirs. So I'm way behind.
I have.
Oh no!
Thanks for the reminder.
Yeah.
I feel so much better. Okay, so yes, I'm doing the Trina dress from Victory Patterns, and Art Gallery Fabrics sent me this gorgeous rayon that is covered, you guys, in fruit trees and unicorns. I love it so much, and so that is what I need to be working on right now.
Nice.
How about you,
on
Meg?
that note, mine is I just changed mine instantly because I'm like, I need to sew that this week. I'm making for my wrap dress. I already have it printed out and everything. I have the fabric. It's like literally piled with the fabric on my table. It's the new Closet Core Patterns Elodie dress, their wrap dress. Because it's so cute because it can be fall too. I love like the sleeves and the long like hemline. So I'm making that in kind of like an olivey green and white polka dot silk. So it's going to be like a little
polka dot pretty
silk. Yeah, I'm so excited. It's because it can definitely be like a fall-ish vibe too because of kind of the more olivey green from Minerva Craft. So That's my SewJo. Definitely.
That you decided just now. I love it.
I decided I was just going to be like, I also want to make my ninis because I already have my fabric out. I was like, okay, definitely need to make this wrap dress before that. No ninis until wrap.
Which ninis are you making?
I'm making in my lime green and black.
Twill.
So I'm going to make 2 pairs of Tencel Twill ninis. And I want to experiment with pockets. I want to make one with, I want to try and draft like a hip pocket more on it than an inseam pocket. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of inseam pockets. I like a hip pocket or an outside like or patch pocket. So I'm going to try to experiment with different pockets on the ninis. So
I did that with these. I did like a really simple, just like a slash pocket.
Oh, that's exactly what I want to do. Yes.
Yeah. I'm a big fan. Yep.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. So it was easy. Yeah, I'm sure it was easy to do.
I think I just used pieces from another pattern.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, fabulous. So I'm going to be a busy lady this week sewing up a storm. Yeah.
I know. I was going to say, like, I think the only good thing in Colorado, we had snow last week and it was very cold and definitely made me feel a little bit out of sorts. Like, what month is it? Yeah. But I will say that it put me in the mood to sew a little bit more than I had been feeling. But now it's back to like 80-degree weather. So I feel like the Colorado weather is kind of all over the place and I am totally all over the place. I'm like, I'm in that exact same, like, I want to make a bunch of stuff, but I don't know where to start. I don't know which comes first. And but there's no rush. So I'm just going to chill out and sew what I want to right after, I make my wrap dress.
We're all just like, okay, we need to make.
Yeah, we're like kind of looking at when we need to have that guy do, and it's like, maybe we should.
We have a little bit of time.
Yeah,
we do.
Yeah, but super fun. Well, let's hop over into Sew and Tell. Last episode, we asked, what's your favorite print to work with? And we got a lot of great responses. So, Meg, why don't you kick us off?
Yes, this is one of my favorite responses for sure. On Instagram, a modest flourish said, I love florals, but I also love a very busy and ugly print. If it's questionable, I probably love it. I'm so the same. I bought some clearance fabric that I was drawn to. Didn't realize until a friend pointed out that it was a plaid and cheetah print. I still love it. That sounds amazing.
I picked that response for you. Just there was a method. And I picked this one for me. We heard from @FaithInASeed on Instagram who said, I love iCat, although that is really a weave structure. Same, love iCat. I have a soft spot for any print that includes an octopus. Thank you for your podcast. You keep me motivated to sew. And we watched this special on Netflix this weekend about octopus, and I am like obsessed. I don't know if I actually do have an octopus skirt. I think it was an old cotton and steel print, but I'm kind of obsessed with octopus now.
I have some fabric left over from actually a dice bag that is a very cool octopus print that may become a mask if I can figure out where it is.
Nice. I could see an octopus like become like a really subtle octopus print, like kind of large scale, and like you don't even realize it's an octopus until you like look at the bigger scale. Maybe I'll just have to design it. Maybe
I could see like a really cool, like in that trend, like the animal, like a digital print of like, that would be so cool.
Well, there you go.
You guys all have octopus fabric.
Yeah.
There we go. We found one of the one from that trend that you like, Amanda.
I know. As long as octopus are involved.
Yeah.
As long as octopus are involved. All right. We also heard from NB So Bobby, who said, I couldn't possibly choose. I have many florals, irregular polka dots, plaids, and batiks in my wardrobe. Any print is possible. I feel that.
Yeah.
I do.
Love it. I know, just reading through those comments, particularly on the Instagram feed, I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about that one. Oh yeah, I forgot about that one. There's just so many.
Yeah.
we also heard a lot from people who said that they hadn't really like thought about it that hard. And I think I definitely had moments in that episode where I was like, like thinking about it really hard. But also I think it's kind of fun to dig in on topics like that where you make decisions, but you don't necessarily know why. And maybe there isn't a why, but I still think it's kind of fun to dig in. This episode's question is, what are you sewing for fall, and which fall trends, if any, will you incorporate into your plans? So let us know on our Instagram feed, on our show notes page. You can email us. Super inspired for even more inspiration.
Yeah.
Where are my fringe friends? Fringe friends.
Fringe friends.
That should probably be like a sewing challenge, because oh my gosh, so many sewing challenges on this fall.
Yeah, that's what my sew frosting is going to be. Sew frosting fringe.
Fringe.
And you need to make that row.
Do any sew frosting, but if I do, it's going to be fringe.
Yeah.
And if you are in the midst of planning your fall and winter makes, leave a little bit of room. There is a new product launching on September 18th. It is our third installation, I think,
third.
Of Capsule Studio. And Meg, what is the topic? I'll just throw it over to you because I know it's been your baby.
Plush.
So all kinds of fun fabrics.
Plush.
Yeah, you did a good job.
You did.
Yeah. But there's what all is in there? There's a little bit of fur.
Yeah.
There's some wool.
It's like it's basically a texture inspired cozy pattern collection. So it's like all things cozy. There's some jumpsuits. I mean, there's even a faux fur bag.
Yeah.
Just saying, it's a must. It's like I want to make everything in it. It's probably my favorite one that we've done. I absolutely love it. It's so
my gosh.
cozy.
Kate, you have to make a matching bag for your fuzzy fur jacket. And it can be the bag from Capsule Studio. Duh.
Obby.
It's definitely a must check out. And we have some great designers that we collaborated with. Bianca Springer, that was on a previous episode, is a designer on there too. And it's a must check out. So definitely check back on SewDaily.com to see when that launches and see all the cool patterns.
Yeah, there's some good stuff. Well, that was a super fun episode, you guys. I do feel inspired. I always do when we talk trends, even if I don't even like the trends.
Yeah. Now I just want to go fabric shopping for evergreen corduroy and become a Christmas tree.
I know. And dark florals. Don't forget. Dark green florals.
And some sort of faux fur for a fuzzy coat.
Yeah. Find Kate some faux fur, please.
I will. Yes, I will.
Well, awesome.
Send it to you.
All right. Well, until next time.
Yeah, happy stitching, everyone.
Plush.
For links to everything we talked about in this episode, go to our show notes page at SewDaily.com/SewAndTell. If you want to get in touch with us, you can email us at SewAndTellPodcast@goldenpeakmedia.com or visit us on Instagram at SewAndTellPod. Answer the Sew and Tell question, tell us your SewJo, or just leave us some feedback. If you enjoyed our show, please subscribe on your podcasting platform of choice. And please leave us a review, ideally a good one, because that helps listeners like you find our podcast. And tell your sewing friends about us, too. Thanks for listening, and happy stitching. Sew and Tell is produced by Meg Healy, Amanda Carestio, and me, Kate Zeinard. Our consulting producer is Ron Doyle, and our executive producer is Jared Mayer.